Okay. So in the seventh chapter, that is the unveiling of the stranger, here the real color of the griffins comes out. Griffin remains in the parlor room with the blind downs and the roads shut down until noon. Okay, and the doors shut down until the noon. See, after this odd situation, here Griffin or the strange man, he remains in the parlor room with the blind down and doors shut until the noon. Then he has closed his door until the afternoon. Rumors of the burglary at the Vicar Age reach the inn, and Hall and Wadgers to go to find Mr. Shuckleforth. Mr. Shuckleforth was the magistrate because they believe Griffin may be responsible for all the odd incidents that had happened at Vicar Age. Because see, here in the inn or in the hotel, early in the morning, the strange man was not there. But at the same time, when he was not there in the inn or in the hotel, at the same time, there was the burglary or there was a robbery at the house of Vicar Age. Okay, so they connect it each other. So what does Mrs. Hall do? She does, she with Badger, they go to search Shackelford. Mr. Shackelford is magistrate. Magistrate means DC, district collector, okay, or the district commissioner. They went to meet him because they believe that it may be the work or this griffin or the strange man might be having any hands, okay, to steal or rob, make the robbery in the house of this vicar age. Okay, back at the inn, Griffin can be heard furiously cussing and smashing the bottle. So when he came back to inn, or the griffin has come back to inn, he started cussing and he was smashing. Okay, means he was breaking his all bottles. A group of scared but curious people descend on the inn while in Iping, people prepare the village for Whit Monday. I have told you that the same Monday, okay, or the day was dedicated for the festive days, or there was a festival in the whole Iping village. But all the people were busy, though they were busy in the Iping village for the festivals, but at the same time, they were very curious regarding this odd situation. So all the people have gathered in front of the inn or the native hotel. Griffin remains shut up in the parlor, which is dark and contains a distinct smell of chlorine. Okay, so till at the night or till at the evening, he was he was at the room and he never opens his door, but the people could sense the smell of chlorine there. And it was the midday. Griffin suddenly opens the door and demands to speak with Mrs. Hall. Okay, so in the midday, he opens the door and he demands to speak with Mrs. Hall. Mrs. Hall scares to speak with him because already she has faced an odd condition or an odd situation with him, because when she went into his room a day before, the furnitures were started dancing, okay, and later somebody has hit with a hat on her face and she could not recognize, or the person was not visible to her, and another thing, the bedsheet was flipped itself immediately. Okay, so these were all the odd condition that she has faced. So when Griffin asked her to meet and he would like to speak with her, she immediately gets all these and she immediately resembles and she remembers all these conditions. And later she appears out of a breath and Griffin asks why his breakfast was not served. See, she was suffering from such a scary or the fear sense, but he was very cool and he demanded for his breakfast. And in response, okay, Mrs. Hall asked why, okay, her bill has not been paid. See, since a long many days he was staying at the inn and he has not paid a single penny or a single rupees to her, like works or the service. So you have not paid a single rupee till now. How could I serve the breakfast for you? She asked him. And later Griffin begins to splutter an explanation, but she will not hear it and tells him to stop swearing. Okay, so when Griffin, here, Mrs. Hall ask him for or demand him for the bill. He starts giving some explanation or excuses that why he was not able to pay the bill. And she tells him that I don't want excuses, I want money for my service. So later, Griffin offers a little money he has in his pocket. And Mrs. Hall suspiciously responds that only a couple of days ago he said he did not have anything at all. So here, Mrs. Hall wanted to know that whether he is a real robber or not. So she makes an idea that You are not paying bill to me, so I don't serve any food for you. So later, when she becomes very strict, Griffin gives or offers a little amount of money from his pocket, and she asks him that, see, a couple of days ago you told me that you don't have a single rupees or single penny in your pocket, but today how could you get money into your pocket? So she goes on about the rest of his suspicious behavior until Griffin screams at her to stop the stamps his foot. Okay, so later she went until the last extent, it means at the great extent, to reveal the real color of this Griffin. So later when he got to know that she may she may make him to reveal his real color, she is ready, she is imposing on him to tell who is he. So when he senses this, he reveals his real color and he screams at her and he stamps his foot there. Later, Griffin declares that Mrs. Hall doesn't know who is he and promises to show her. Okay, so he scares her that you don't know who am I, and if you come to know that who am I, you can't digest it. Okay, he tells this point to her, and he takes off the bandages around his face, leaving a black cavity. See, I have told you that only he could be visible then that when he dresses himself or when he wears clothes on his body. So he started removing the bandage or taking off the bandage from his face. And when he takes off the bandage, only a person can see the hat and the neck. And the below or the middle space between the hat and the neck, it was completely empty. See, the situation was like this. Look at my face. Assume that I am an invisible man now. Okay, I'm wearing a hat here. You can see on my book. This is a clear picture that you can see. When he start removing or taking off the bandage, okay, only the hat is there, and the below this his neck, the collar and the coat is visible. The space between the hat and the neck is completely empty. Okay, so this scares her very much. This condition scares her very much, and with the great scream, she screams a lot. With screaming, she comes out saying that this strange man, he doesn't have head at all. Just a second. Okay, and his nose falls to the floor. He then takes off his whiskers, hat, and goggles. Mrs. Hall screams in horror, and the group of people at the inn flee. So here he starts taking off all the things from his face. Okay, he takes off his prosthetic nose. Okay, I have told you already. What is this prosthetic nose or the prosthetic body part? Means an artificial body part. Remember, an artificial body part is called a prosthetic body part. So he had a prosthetic body part or an artificial body part. When he started removing the bandage from his body, okay, or from the face, it was completely empty. Okay, when his nose was fallen down, she was completely scared. And later he takes off his whisker. Okay, whisker is the funny what the boys have. Okay, this part of the area, okay, below their or beside their ear, they have a kind of a line, okay, which gives the best look to them. Okay, so that is what called whisker or the punny. So he takes off the hat and the goggles. Then Mrs. Hall, she screams in horror, and the group of people at the inn, they flee, means they run away from the place. They had been ready to see the scars or the abnormalities, but okay, are terrified to encounter nothing at all. Okay, all the village people, they were ready and they were curious to see the condition of the this village, that is strange man. Okay, but they are terrified to encounter nothing at all. The villager hear those in the inn shrieking a terror and run to find out what's happening. Everyone talks at once. Mrs. Hall tries to tell, and she starts explaining Griffin doesn't have head. Griffin continues saying that invisibility is not a crime, so he doesn't know why he is being arrested. So later, what happens that the village constable, Mr. Bobby Jaffers, okay, the village constable, Mr. Bobby Jaffers, he comes to arrest Mr. Strange Man. Okay, at the moment, Griffin and Jaffers get into the scuffle with the help of others standing by. The Jaffers attempts to wrestle Griffin into the submission, but finds he can't arrest him without being able to see him. See, this Bobby Jaffer was a policeman. He comes to arrest this strange man. So when he came to arrest, he started making himself invisible. Okay, so he says that you don't have any authority to arrest me because in being invisible is not a crime. So Jaffer answers him that, see, I'm not arresting you on the case of making yourself invisible, but you are a suspect at the case of a burglary at the Vikar age. So on that case, I am arresting you. So here, when he started arresting or holding him, he started taking off all the clothes from his body, and he completely becomes naked. Okay, so when he becomes naked, the most best thing with him was that he becomes invisible. Okay, so when he becomes invisible, no one could arrest him. So the villagers stand around shocked while Jafar lays still on the floor. So this is the end of the seventh chapter. And in the eighth chapter, there we come to know that Gibbon, okay, an amateur naturalist, okay, they to that place he goes, okay, and what all the odd condition he creates there, we shall see in the next class. See, please remember all the things what I am saying in the class and try to follow everything. Soon after my class, please take your book. I have shared the PDF of the book into your group. Okay, please read each of the topics. What you don't understand, write it separately and ask me in the next class. Are you following it? So in the seventh chapters, there he keeps a condition or he demands food for Mrs. Hall, and Mrs. Hall wanted to reveal that he was having a hand in the burglary or the robbery at the vicarage or not. So she asks him to or demands him to pay back the bill, and he offers a little amount for her. And she tells him that earlier you were not saying you doesn't have a single penny, but now how you are paying. So and she went at the last extent that he could reveal his own color, so that she wants to arrest him. And at the end, Mr. Bobby Jaffer, a policeman of the place, he comes to arrest him. So he becomes invisible by taking off all the clothes from his body. And later, Jaffer could not arrest him. So what happens in the next chapters, we will see in the next classes. So today, this is the end of the chapter, and this is the end of our class. Please start inserting your roll number. This you will do immediately. I don't know how you can get these words immediately. If I ask any question, you start facing connectivity problem. Saubhagya, roll number 447. Are you there? Saubhagya, roll number 447. Are you there? Saubhagya, are you there? Sneha, are you there? Sneha Kittur, 404. Are you following the story? Are you following the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you reading it after the class? Don't worry, I don't ask you any question even though you have read. So start, if you are not reading, at least start from today. I will end the meeting here. Those who have inserted, please leave the meeting.